Good morning, children. This is chapter number 1 of Geography, class 9, India size and location. Let's begin. So, first of all, it is talking about size and location. So, let's first find out where India is located on the earth. So, this is the world map, and you can see I have circled India for you, which is here. So, this is our India, and this is the location. Now, to understand the location, it's not enough to only see and identify. It is also important to understand which longitude and latitudes are going to help us to locate India. So, first of all, you should understand that it is on the northern part, in the northern part of equator, and we all know that equator divides in the whole earth into two equal halves. So on the northern side it's northern hemisphere, and on the southern side it is southern hemisphere. So India is located in the northern hemisphere. Second thing, if you see the prime meridian, it is also dividing the world map into two equal parts, which means that if it's a vertical line, it is going north to south, so it will divide India, the earth, into two equal parts, which is western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. So now India, according to the longitudinal division, India is in the eastern part. Okay, now let's continue. Let's understand the location of India through certain important facts. Like, if we talk about the location of any place, if you remember 6th class, we understood to locate any place we need longitudinal extent and latitudinal extent. So first of all, we will understand the latitudinal extent. So here you can see the map, and it is also in your book. So you can see from the southern part of India to the northern part, the latitudes which are bounding, like which are on the boundary of the northern and southern part, they are from the southern. Let's start. So in the southern part there is 8 degree 4 minute, and in the northern part it is 37 degree 6 minute, and both will be having the sign of north, because as I told you, India is in the northern hemisphere, so all the latitudes passing through it will be having N. So the latitudinal value is 8 degree 4 minute north to 37 degree 6 minute north. And now if you see how many latitudes are in this range, there are almost total 30 latitudes, and we will see the same thing with the longitude. Now let's check longitude. Longitude is from 68 degree 7 minute east to 97 degree 25 minute east. Now see the map again and see the longitudes. So one longitude which is close to Gujarat, like on the boundary of Gujarat, and the other latitude which are shown with the red dotted lines, that is the eastern most part of India. So you can see these two lines are drawn. One, from where Gujarat starts, there you can see it is written 68 degrees 7 minute east, and in the Arunachal Pradesh boundary it is written 97 degree 25 minute east. Again, both the side will be east because India is in eastern hemisphere according to the longitude. And if you will find out the range, again it is around 30 degree. So both the sides we have equal distance. Equal distance, it means not equal distance but equal longitudes and latitudes, but still you see the length of north to south is different from east to west. So north to south length would be around 3214 kilometers, and from east to west it would be 2933 kilometers. So this is the distance which we need to remember. And then a very important line which we have to understand is the Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer, which is valued as 23.5 degree north, that latitude passes India almost from the center. Okay, so that center is going to be known as Tropic of Cancer, and the states which are on this line, or we can say the line passes through the certain states of India. They are 8 in number, and one is Gujarat, second is Rajasthan, third is Madhya Pradesh, fourth is Chhattisgarh, fifth is Jharkhand, sixth is West Bengal, and seventh is Tripura, and the last one, eighth one is Mizoram. So all these states are being crossed by Tropic of Cancer. So this is also an important fact. Also, you can see India is tapered down. India is getting narrowed down from a certain longitude, that is 22-degree longitude. From there, India is tapering. So that is one thing which you need to remember. And we have a long coastline which helps a lot to us in trade, in connecting with the other countries. Okay, now I explained that that Tropic of Cancer divides India into almost two equal halves. Then we have southernmost point. If you see the southernmost point, which is in Andaman Nicobar, the Indira Point. If you remember, in 7th class you studied about the tsunami which occurred in the Bay of Bengal region. So there it submerged, the southernmost point, which was Indira Point, it was submerged in that tsunami in water, and that was the southernmost point of India at that time. Next, now let's learn about the size of India. Size means what is the area of our country, what is the proportion of India into the whole world's land area. So let's know it. So if we see the total area of India, it is 3.28 million square kilometer, which is a huge area, still very small portion in the whole earth. Only 2.4% area of the world, where more than 70%. Now if you will see these data, it is according to the 2011 data, but if you see the data, current data, it is more than 17% of the world's population. And India, according to the area wise, India is the 7th largest country in the world. The first one is Russia. And you can remember all the 7 countries name, because that is going to be important. I have a short trick for you, which is this: RCUCBAI. So it is RCUCBAI. Now here we can understand this as Rukubai. So you will understand R for Russia, C for Canada, U for USA, C for China, B for Brazil, A for Australia, and I for India. So this way you can remember the Rukubai for your 7 largest countries of the world. Okay, next we have land boundary of India. So if you see the land boundary, which is land boundary, if you see, this part is going to be known as the land boundary. So this land boundary is quite lengthy. It is around 15,200 kilometer. And if you talk about the coastal area, coastal boundary, including the islands as well, Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep, you will find that our coastal line is also very big, very large in length. It is 7,516 kilometer, 16.6 kilometer. So it's huge to have different ports to do trade with the other countries, to make links with the neighboring countries and have a good trade with them. Okay, India measures this length I have already explained you. India measures 3214 kilometer from north to south and 2933 kilometer from east to west. That is very important to remember, and this map is a very good map to understand each and everything whichever you want to learn. Okay, next, knowing states and union territories. So there are total 28 states, 8 union territories. The smallest state is Goa, and it is if you want to know the area of it, it is 3702 square kilometer, and the largest state in area is Rajasthan, which is 92 times bigger than Goa. Least populated state is Sikkim, and largest population in which state it is in Uttar Pradesh. But the data will be changed, but now it is the same for you as 2011 data, so you can learn all this. Okay, the neighboring countries, because neighbors are always very important, so we should know which are our neighbors. So first is Pakistan, very important neighbor. It was once the part of India. Its capital is Islamabad, very good, and its prime minister, you should also remember, is Shehbaz Sharif now. Okay, please learn the small details about these countries, because it is very important to be updated. Next is China. China's capital is Beijing, and it is the president over there is, you learned all this in democracy chapter also. So China's president is Xi Jinping. Then Nepal is the capital is Kathmandu, and then your capital, a prime minister is that Pushpa Kamal Dahal. Then you have Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Afghanistan. You should go and check the capital with the prime minister. I have left because I want you to also search out things while learning. Okay, next we have the bordering countries, the bordering states with the neighboring countries. Like we have Pakistan. So which states are bordering Pakistan? So it is JNK. JNK means Jammu and Kashmir. It is now not the state, but it is also bordering. Then Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat. These are the states. Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat. They are bordering this Pakistan. Next we have bordering China. So we have Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. Then we have bordering Nepal, Bihar, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Sikkim, West Bengal. Bordering Bangladesh, we have West Bengal, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Tripura, Assam. Then we have Bhutan. To border Bhutan, we have states like West Bengal, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and Assam. Then we have bordering states for Myanmar is Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram. Then Afghanistan, which is bordered by J&K. Now J&K is not the state, it's a union territory. You should remember that. Okay, now there are few things before independence that we also should know, because history is important for everything. Like you should know the states which are now 28 and union territories which are 8, what was their backstory. Like were they same from the beginning, or there were some differences. You know already, because you have learned in 8th class that when India got independence, at that time India was different from now India. So let's see provinces. So at that time, before the India got independence, at that time there were some provinces, and they were ruled directly by the British officials who were appointed by viceroy. Then there were some princely states. They were ruled by local hereditary rulers which acknowledged sovereignty in return for the local autonomy. So you know princely states were so many, 563 around. And then we have some details like between India and Sri Lanka, there is a strait which connects, and there's a that Gulf of Mannar also, which is between these two, and they connect India with Sri Lanka. Then we have Maldives. Maldives Island and Sri Lanka. These are two neighboring countries which are in ocean, Indian Ocean, right? And then Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari is the place where all three you can say water bodies meet: Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, and Indian Ocean. Okay, when we talk about Indian Ocean, we should know that Indian Ocean is a thing of pride for us, because that is the only ocean which is kept on the name of a country, which is India. So it is a very big thing for us. Okay, we should always remember that. And because of Indian Ocean, we have control over certain trade routes in that Indian Ocean, and with the countries over there. Yeah. So okay, now there are few things which are left to be explained. One is that 82 degree half minute east longitude or meridian. We all know that from 0 degree prime, from 0 degree, which is known as prime meridian, we decide the time of the whole earth. Okay, but taking the same reference, we have also created our standard time through this line, which is 82 degree and half minute east. Why? Because it is the center of India. Like if we take Gujarat and Arunachal Pradesh, in the center the line, in the middle, if we draw a longitude, that is 82 degree and half minute east. So that line decide the time of the whole country. It is very important to understand that this line decides the time for the whole country. Otherwise there will be 2 hours lag, because you see in Gujarat, which longitude passes, it is 68 degree 7 minute east. So there, and to that 97 degree 25 minute east, there are total 30 longitudes. So these 30 longitudes, you know, if you remember from 6th class, 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. So after every degree there will be 4 minutes difference, and after every 15 degree there will be 60 minutes difference, if we calculate in the same way. So if there are 30 degree difference between Gujarat and Arunachal Pradesh, so 2 hours lag will be there in time also. And you always hear this, and in your book also it is written that in Arunachal Pradesh sun rises first, and then Gujarat, it is the last place in India. So that's why, to avoid such kind of confusion in time, we have adopted this 82 degree and half minute east as our prime meridian. Or no, not prime meridian, Indian standard meridian. Prime meridian is 0 degree always. So it is our Indian standard meridian, and from here whatever time is happening on this line, we all accept that time as the standard time for India, and everywhere it is being followed. Now one more thing which I have to explain here, that when we talk about India's location on the earth, so we have to understand that also, how does it affect the world, you know? So India occupies a major part of South Asia. It is centrally located between East and the West Asia. See this map and you will understand. So West Asia, India is a southward extension of the Asian continent. So you can see India is on southern part of Asia. So it is a southward extension of Asian continent. The trans-Indian ocean routes which connect the countries of Europe in the west and the countries of East Asia provide a strategic central location to India. So that was what I was telling you, that in being in Indian Ocean is a very fortunate thing for us. Okay, the Deccan Peninsula extends, you know about the Deccan Peninsula, that is the southern part, like from where the India taper, that is the Deccan Plateau. Okay, so Deccan Peninsula extends towards the Indian Ocean, helping India to establish close contact with West Asia, Africa, Europe from the western coast, and from the southeast and East Asia from the eastern coast. And we all know that India has a longest coastline in Indian Ocean. If you talk about any country, so it's only India which has the longest coastline in the Indian Ocean as compared to the other countries. Due to this reason, Indian Ocean is named after India. That is also the important fact which you should know. Then we should note that there is a canal which is Suez Canal. After opening of it in 1869, India's distance from Europe has been reduced by 7,000 kilometers. So if you see this map, here somewhere near this Red Sea, there is the Suez Canal which has been opened. Now from there we get the quick route to Europe, and we get connected, and we reduce 7,000 kilometer distance, because of which trade became more prominent from this route. So this is one of the things which we should know. Then one more thing which is important, that our connect with world started with certain things, like we got connected with the whole world because of our speciality in some trades, like something like cotton, pepper, cardamom, the spices basically. So we all know it from 8th class. And India's contact with the world have continued through the ages, but the relationship through the land routes are much older than its maritime contact. So if we talk about the most important route for us from India to connect the world is the land route. Before the sea route was found, land route was working for us. So land route is the oldest route, okay, and it is older than the maritime contacts, which means the sea routes, okay. The various passes across the mountains, passes means the way from the mountains, which are the cut way from the mountains, those are known as passes. You have learned about it in 7th class. So the passes help, like the Baralachala, and one more was there, Zozila Pass. These were very important passes. So these helped us to connect with the whole world. The various passes across the mountains in the north have provided passage means way to the ancient travelers, while oceans restricted such interaction. From ocean, because we didn't have the route from the beginning, it was found in 1498. So before that the route was land route, and these passes helped a lot to send people to India, and from India people went to the other part of the world. Some examples are the idea of the Upanishad and the Ramayana, and the story of the Panchtantra, Indian numerals, the numbers, and the decimal system have reached many parts of the world through these routes, through the trade. Spices, muslin is a kind of cotton, and the other merchandise, the traders were taken from the trading goods were taken from the country to different countries, from the country India to different countries. The influence of Greek sculpture, you can see Greece is also there. Greece was the place from where Alexander came to India. You remember in 6th class history you learned about it. So from Greek sculpture, the influence of the Greek sculpture and the architectural style of domes and minarets from West Asia can be seen in many parts of India. Yes, so if you see the Mughal impact, है ना, that is just because of the Western Asia. So these are the things which we get from the whole world, and the world gets from us a lot of literature, number system, and many other things, the spices especially, so which makes their food interesting. So this is how we end this chapter, by understanding all these, and you should remember the things. You can revise the chapter twice, thrice through the video, you will understand it well. And please read the book also, that is very important. When you read the book, you find many things which cannot be discussed in the class, which might be forgotten during the discussion. So always read the book and find out. If there is any doubt, you can ask in the chat box, and my students are also here, so they can ask through the messages also on WhatsApp. Thank you so much, and in the class also. Thank you so much.